Good morning, crafters. I hope everyone enjoyed Mr. Cox's story and meeting his pet. Today we're going to do a craft that involves pets. A lot of you, I'm sure, have dogs and cats. I understand someone had a chicken that was their pet. That's a pretty cool pet. Today we're going to make a dog, and he's going to be a puppet. So when we get him all done, you can use him to talk. Okay, let's check out our bag of goodies and see what we have packed up to make our dog. Inside, you will find your bag, which is going to be our dog's body and head, and a bag of parts, and I believe that's it. And you're also going to need scissors, your glue stick, that always comes in handy, and a crayon or a marker. Okay, let's see what we have in our bag. We'll get everything out and arrange so that it's handy when we get started. Okay. Alright, first of all, we want to look at our bag and make sure we have it so that the flap is going this way, because that's going to be his mouth when we put our hand up in there. So we want to make sure we make our face on that side of the bag. And inside, hi Everly and Luciella. So glad you made it. I saw Luciella yesterday at the library. She was getting books. And she put St. Patrick's Day shamrocks on our tree. Okay, here are the dog's arms and paws. Oh, let's see, what else do we have? What would we think this is? Could this be ears? I'll bet it is. That's our doggie's ears. And he has to have a snout. All dogs need to have a snout. And this is his little nose. It's a little kind of a triangle. I don't know. And then he's going to have a tongue, because dogs have to have a licky tongue. And we've got 2 eyes and a piece of black paper. What do you think that might be for? Well, our dog is going to have whiskers. So once again, we're going to have to cut out whiskers from our black paper. So I think I'm going to cut mine out first. That way I can be all done with the scissors. So I'm going to cut 2 strips. Hey, Daisy and Van made it. I'm so glad. 2 strips for our whiskers for our dog. Let's see, do we want them to be long? I think that's too long. Let's trim it up some. Make it a little shorter. Okay, then we need 2 more for the other side, because our dog has to have whiskers on both sides of his face. Okay, so now we have to trim these up too. Let's do a little snip snip.
We got hair on it.
Snip, snip. Now, I think we're all ready to start. We have all of our parts out here and arranged. So, we're going to have our bag fixed with the flap this way. Lay it down flat. And first of all, I think I want to decide where I want my dog's eyes to be. So that'll give me a reference point for his face. So I'm going to take an eye, get some glue on here. Oops, I got to get my glue up a little more. Hey Will, I haven't seen you in so long. You don't come to the library anymore. I miss you. Okay, so we're going to have an eye. 1 eye. Now we're going to put his other one on there. Let's see. Okay, now my dog has 2 eyes. He can see. Next, we need to find his, I think I want to put on his snout. And we want it to have the little dip on the bottom, because that's like where his mouth goes. Okay, so we're going to put that on. And we want it to be very close to the flap here. So when he talks later, it'll move. So we're going to put some glue on and get it attached. Okay, and then we have to have his muzzle, I guess. This is part of his muzzle. Maybe that's his nose. But it's kind of like a heart shape. And it goes above, between his eyes, like that. So now you have his eyes and his nose and his muzzle. And then, so he can talk, we have a tongue. He's got to have a tongue to lap things up with and make it interesting. So it goes kind of right under the edge of his muzzle. So now there he is. We now kind of have a face for our dog. Okay, he still doesn't have his whiskers. We need to get his whiskers on. So let's see, we want 2 for each side. So let's get our glue out. Put a little glue on. And we're going to put it right under the edge of his muzzle. And another one right on the edge. 2 little whiskers. And then we need to do 2 for the other side. And if you didn't glue your muzzle down real tight, it'll make it easier. So we can get his whiskers right under the edge of that. One more time. And then, let's see, what else are we missing? What do we have left? Our dog can't hear yet. He doesn't have ears. My goodness, we need to have ears for our puppy. So, you have 2 ears, and you're going to want to turn them opposite directions. Put the pointy sides in, and we're going to put them under the flap. Because see, when we have him all done, they are behind the flap in our dog. Okay? So now we're going to lift it up a little bit. Put a little glue on our ear. And put it right under the flap. If you want him to have short ears, you put it in really far. If you want him to stick up some, you turn it up a little bit. It's all how you want your dog to look. Let's see. So now my dog has 2 ears. He'll be able to hear me when I call him. I had a beagle dog, and you could call her forever and ever, and she wouldn't come because she was very stubborn. She only wanted to come when she wanted to eat. She liked to have treats. Okay, so now our dog has ears, whiskers, eyes, and his muzzle and mouth. What else does he need? Arms. Okay, so now we have to put the arms on our dog. And if we look at my example here, we know they want to go down a little bit on his sides, a little, so that they can be a little further from his face. And it goes in between on the bag. You're going to put it between the opening on the bag. So, I'm going to put a little glue on my glue, from my glue stick. And, let me see, someone open up for me. Okay. I'm going to open it up just like that and slide it in there, glue it down. Do the same thing over here. Little glue. And we're going to open it up, slide it in there, push it down so that it sticks. Now, okay, so now we have all the basics of our dog. And if you want, you can even put your hand in and see if it's going to work. So open it up a little bit. See, there his little mouth will move. But he's still kind of boring. I think my dog needs to have some spots. That's why we have the crayon, so we can make him have spots. And my dog's going to have black spots, but you could have brown. Your dog could have stripes. You could make him look however you would like. Oh, and we want to have his little toenails on his paws here, so we'll make some little marks on there. So now he has little toes on there. Okay, And I'm gonna make a big spot on his belly and another one up here. Oh, and I think he should have a couple on his little arms. And right there on his forehead, he has a spot. I think maybe my dog might be a Dalmatian. They're the dogs that ride the fire trucks, and they're white with black spots. So now my dog has all his spots, and he has his whiskers. Oh, let's see. We'll make a little dot on his muzzle there, and we now have two. Maybe I can leave one for Mr. Christian to have to play with when he's bored with his ferret. Okay, so there he is. And if you want his arms to bend a little bit, you just kind of bend it in a little. And voila, we now have a puppet. Hope everyone enjoyed making their craft and doing story hour today. Have a good day. Thank you.